You all have been asking for a video on how I plan our vacations, and since we have a trip coming up, I'm finally delivering on that promise to bring it to you, so let's get into this video.
The Bonnicks on the rise. The Bonnicks stay up on your TV. Turn up the volume and put it in a 3D, yeah. Gather round, can you see me? Come make we have a good time and be free. Sing it again, the Bonnicks stay up on your TV. Turn up the volume and put it in a 3D. Gather round, can you see me? Come make we have a good time and be free. Me talk about everything where you go on, from personal life to politician. Full enjoyment, that we plan. We have to talk about food as a Jamaican, yeah. The Bonnicks on the rise. The Bonnicks stay up on your TV. Turn up the volume and put it in a 3D. Gather round, can you see me? But if we have a good time and be free.
Welcome back to another video. You all know Kimar and I love to travel, and many of you have asked for a video on how I plan and book our trips, and so in this video I'm going to be sharing that information. But before we get into it, please like the video. It helps to keep us in the YouTube algorithm, and also hit that subscribe button. Many of you are viewers and you watch our content, however you have not subscribed to our channel, and we would love for you to do so and become a part of the Bonnicks family. So let's get into it. So for starters, I do have a travel bucket list of places that I would like to see. It's not really in any particular order, but it is a list of places I would like to see in my lifetime. So I really just kind of pick a couple of places off the list and start researching how much is it really going to cost for us to go there, because that may be a determining factor in where we go. It really just kind of depends. We like to do 3 trips per year. A trip for my birthday, a trip for Kimar's birthday, and then a trip in the summertime. We also in the past have done family trips each year, so that does not include any family trips or unplanned impromptu trips. So the cost may be a determining factor. We do have a budget, and we also have other goals that we're working on. So even this year, for 2023, we did cut back on one of our trips. And for me, I like to go somewhere sunny, palm trees, near a beach where I can relax. For Kimar's birthday, we usually kind of go all out, so we may be doing a little bit of sightseeing, or actually a lot of sightseeing. And we're also celebrating our anniversary around that same time and on that same trip. So we tend to go all out for Kimar's birthday. And then it also kind of depends on how bad do I really want to go to this place. So for example, Thailand is somewhere that I really want to get to, and so my goal is to get there within the next 1 to 2 years. So when I am planning our trips, the first thing that I'm going to do is start looking at my accommodations, and I'm going to do that before I even start looking for flights. I am not a person who will book that flight and then worry about where I'm going to stay later. I need to see what kind of accommodations does this city or does this country have before I book my flight. So when I'm looking at accommodations, I'm typically looking at Airbnbs and hotels. I really like Marriott Hotels because I like to earn my points, and I also like to use my points. So for example, when we went to Cabo San Lucas in Mexico, we had enough points where we were able to stay at the Westin in Cabo for free. And all-inclusive resorts are almost always going to be a last option because they do tend to cater to tourists. So when I'm looking at a hotel, I'm looking at comfort, I'm looking at spaciousness, and I'm looking at the decor, because I do like a little bit of luxury, and I just want to feel like I'm getting a whole vibe from the feel of the room and the overall hotel. So when I'm looking at hotels, I'm going to be looking at the room. And the other thing that I'm going to be checking out is the pool area, because that's going to be the 2 places where I'm probably going to spend most of my time. So as I mentioned, I like Marriott's. I also like Hilton's. So when we went to London, we stayed at a Hilton, and mainly because it was less expensive than the Marriott's in the area, and it was also close walking distance to a lot of the tourist attractions that we wanted to see. But I really like Marriott Hotels, and I really like the upper class Marriott Hotels. So I'm talking the St. Regis, the JW Marriott's, the Autograph Collections, the Renaissance. I really like those upper class Marriott hotels. And just to give you an example, let me just kind of go through and show you guys what I'm looking for when I'm looking at hotels. So I'm checking out the Marriott, and I am on the app, so it would not let me get that wide angle view. But I'm just going to go through a couple of the hotels, looking to see, what's close to tourist attractions, also checking out the prices. This one is going to be the Dubai edition, and I'm just going to kind of look through some of the photos just to see how the hotel looks. Definitely going to check out the room, see how spacious it is, what kind of views it may have, and then I'm going to go back and filter through recreation so that I can get a good look at the pool as well. I'm also going to check out the hotel on TripAdvisor. I love TripAdvisor because people do give honest reviews, and I am going to just take a look at the Dubai edition on TripAdvisor, and I'm going to look to see how recent the reviews are. So I'm going to look at the most recent reviews, and then I will also go back and take a look at 1-star reviews just to kind of get an idea of what people are saying about the hotel, because different people have, different reasons for their complaints. And so I want to make sure that it's a legitimate complaint about the hotel and not just really a gripe about something that's not going to matter to me. So this reviewer said the valet parking took a long time to bring the car around. That may or may not matter to me. I also like hotels because it's not set in stone. In most cases, I can cancel it, and I will even continue to check the rates. So if the rate drops, I will then rebook it for the lower rate. When I'm looking at Airbnbs, I am going to start by filtering through the search tool. And Airbnb's search filter isn't as detailed as I would like for it to be. It's not as detailed as maybe VRBO. But I still use the filter, and a pool is always nice. A private pool would be even better. And I also search for those with superhost status because they earn that status by things such as reviews and responsiveness. And again, I'm going to be pretty much looking for the same thing that I'm looking for in a hotel, such as comfort, spaciousness, decor. Definitely going to check out the reviews, and then I'll go through a couple of the photos and see how the space looks, the outside space, the community, etc. I'm also booking and paying for everything before we go, accommodations, the flights, excursions, so that we only need spending money when it's time to go. It really depends on where we're going. That's going to determine the type of activities we're going to do. So I'm going to research the area, things about the country or the city, definitely look at things to do, and just kind of figure out, if it's touristy, if it's too touristy, if it's crowded, popular, how much is it to get in? Is it going to be a long wait time? I'm also going to check out the reviews on TripAdvisor as well, and just kind of determine what we're going to do. And one thing I forgot to mention earlier is once I locate my accommodations, then I will start searching for flights. And I typically don't book the flights until at least 2 months out, but I'm going to start searching way before then and just kind of get a feel for the prices, if they're going to fluctuate, if I'm going to get a good deal. And I also search for flights on Expedia as well as Google Flights, but I'm going to go directly to the airlines to book the flights. I don't really like to book flights through third-party websites, just in case there are issues such as delays. I also like to look at transportation, so I'll research driving in that country or city and see if it's doable. And if it is, then we will rent a vehicle so that we can get around at our convenience. When we went to Paris last year, it was much easier to just catch an Uber everywhere. And sometimes you may not even need a vehicle because you may be within walking distance to a lot of places, or it may be just easier to catch a taxi. I pretty much research and book everything myself. I don't really use a travel agency, although some people prefer using a travel agent because they can do all of the legwork for you. They'll do the research, they'll book everything, they'll plan everything for you, and it may be less of a headache for you, and it also may be even less expensive. But sometimes when I'm traveling, like I'm not really looking, I'm on a budget, but convenience matters more to me. So depending on where I'm going, there may be a particular place that I want to stay or certain activities that I want to do. And so I don't really want to be locked into any type of package. So that is how I plan and book our trips. And I hope that you all paid attention throughout this video, because I did drop a few clues as to where we will be going next. And if you noticed, one of the places that showed up a few times is Dubai. So that is where we are going on our next vacation, and we're so excited to share it with you. So stay tuned and we will see you then. Peace out.